Welcome to Spain here in Caldwell the Angler. A huge thanks to Expansive Worlds for this opportunity to take a look at the newest map a little bit early. And yes, you really do start in there. We are seeing this map together for the very first time. And I gotta say, they gave us a pretty good view to actually start out with. There's a photo? Like objective now? That's kinda cool. So one thing that theAngler has always marketed is the exploration side of things. It looks like that's going to be something to actually look for throughout the map, photo locations and things like that. But I think I know why everyone in here is here, and it is not for photos, maybe for photos of fish. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to head straight down to the water and see what we can pull out of there. And I'm going to say casting right off the bridge here should be a good place to start. So we're going to go really simple. We have a size 10 hook with a bloodworm on here, so in theory, pretty much anything in this water should hit this. We're just gonna drop it down there. I see something. See what we can get to happen there. I think we just might have our first opportunity here on Augas Claras for a fish, and it does not look like one of the old species from prior maps. Taking its time there, but I can't tell what this is. I'm gonna bring it straight in though. That is a crucian carp. By the way, if you're hearing those sounds, this early access is on Epic Games, and also, our progress will not carry over. We're also able to get basically all of the items in the game. Therefore, we have the best spinning tackle, the best bait casting tackle, and all that, which should kind of make life a little bit easier, but good to know those guys are in there. I thought I saw a second species, and maybe we can make a determination based on the handbook. Now, I think that's a pumpkin seed. They are, to my knowledge, the only panfish on this map. I've actually got a hot dog on this, but maybe it'll actually go and hit it. It certainly looks like what it's going to do. I think these are maybe going to be my favorite panfish. And again, just a size 10 hook, so could be anything, but it is absolutely going to hit that. Pretty darn cool. No warning on that either. Interesting from a pumpkin seed. Little silver. Nice glossy look on that. And of course, we can much more easily control our angle for a trophy shot. Now, I don't know how to screenshot on Epic Games. I will admit we can screenshot from the video if we have to. I like it. Pretty darn cool. We'll go ahead and just let that guy go. I think we will go and find the kind of main outpost here. Maybe shift our gear around, see if there's any local souvenir clothing we can put on, and go from there. Now, I do want to show you the map style now, because one thing that it really does much better than before is show the depth of the water. And at this main lake, there's a really kind of deep area out towards the west side. So I think we're going to grab a boat, go over there, and just kind of see what we can get into. Now we're going to start out simple again with a red worm, but I have to know just how deep this water is. So if we just chuck a lure here, looking at 140 feet, and just so you can kind of see how deep the blue is in this area, that compared to maybe this up here, I would certainly say this is the deepest lake on the entire map. But we will retrieve that. We'll go ahead and chuck a red worm out here, see if we can get anything to hit it. Oh, there's something there. Maybe an Andalusian barbel? I can't quite tell. They're bigger than I thought, though. That was one reason that I didn't make a video actually covering the stream that ADW did revealing all the fish. I don't know much about them. So, gonna be pretty fun to actually get to see all these things, in some cases, literally for the very first time, even in game form. And see what we're looking at. This is a Camiso barbel. Don't know if I'm saying that right. 10 pounds? I feel like maybe that model needs to be a little bit bigger. I like that though. You can get some much better angles of the fish. I'm wondering if there's other... Oh, there we go. So, A and D, at least on keyboard, will rotate your character. That is so needed because now, look how much better that looks. I don't know how to screenshot still. I tried. But again, we can screenshot from the video. That's awesome. I saw something else too. I recognize it from looking in the handbook, and I forget what it's called already. This one right here? I think it might have been a tench, which those will hit red worms as well. So it was somewhere kind of the same general direction that we had casted. Let's try this again. That is not the fish I saw. It may be another barbel. That's what it looks like. And in theory, if that's what we're going to keep catching out here, we may go to a larger hook and just kind of see if we can hook into a better one. Feels like probably around the same size. I like that they are bigger than they maybe look in the handbook though. Assuming a 10 pounder was a silver, 20-25 pounds should be in the area of what they'd get up to. Pretty high tension as we bring that one in. That is basically the exact same size, 10.83 pound barbel. Not too bad. I want to stick here until we can catch whatever that other species was. There's something under the surface there. No idea what it might be, honestly. Can just see the tiniest bit there below the reflection of the water. Won't take long to bring it in. That is, I think, indeed a tench. They're kind of a greenish color. Nice. 4 and about a half pounds is a bronze for them. Just gonna do this once again, turn towards the sun. They're a cool little fish. So a lot of the species, when looking at the handbook, are more kind of passive feeders. Things that'll bite red worms, leeches, stuff like that. And as far as, you know, quickly learning how to catch some of these things, that is a little easier on us than going through different lure options. Looking like maybe another tench out there. In the interest of seeing as much of the map and as many species as possible, we'll probably try to land this one and then scoot to another spot. I really do want to see the European eel. No idea if we'll catch it today. I doubt we'll catch every single species in this video. We're going to try, but that is one that I definitely want to attempt to focus on. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. I gotta say, maybe it's just because we haven't caught any really big fish yet. A couple of 10 pounders in those barbel. The landing feature, the secure catch, feels a little smoother to me. I don't know if there's been a change to that or not. That's a mullet, I think? And I thought that would hit a red worm. We may need something a little bit different. But that is definitely a species we haven't seen. Let's go ahead and retrieve this. Take a quick look in the handbook. Not sure whether it's the thick lip or thin lip mullet, but doe, red worm, and minnow. We could try maybe a smaller hook. Something's swimming over here. It's not the right fish. And we went down to a size 8 hook. I do think maybe that's the other kind of mullet. So maybe the first one was, I don't know, the thin lip? Maybe we got to go to an even smaller hook? That one looks decent, at least compared to the last one. So we shall see just how aggressive they are with this. Definitely do not want to jump the gun because I haven't seen these anywhere else so far. And they are going to take their time for sure. There we go. Finally got it to hit. Tension-wise, I would guess maybe 5 pounds. It has no chance fighting back against this rod and reel combo. That is the thin lip 3 pounder. I want to see that a little bit better. And can we rotate to really more light? We are quickly moving towards dark, which only means one thing, and that is a very good thing. Eels are going to become active. So let's just, for the sake of science, go down to literally the smallest hook size, just in case that was actually the other type of mullet. Now that I'm looking at it, I think, man, they are so similar, but I think the one we were looking at was another thin lip. So in that case, we're gonna jump in the water. We're gonna attempt to jump in the boat, go out to some deeper water, and just see if we can catch something else before it gets dark enough that we go after eels. I think we might have a thick lip mullet this time. Pretty confident the dorsal fin isn't as pointed on these guys, so I'm pretty sure this will be the other type. And finally, we're going to get to see something a little bit different for that. I really wanted to catch the Andalusian barbel and just no luck. That is the thick lip mullet 1 pounder. So we did the same thing that we had done back there at the dock. We went down to a size 10 hook, and that time it worked. I really like what you can do with these angles. It's going to look so nice, especially for some bigger fish, but anything you kind of hold out like that, gonna look really cool. Things like maybe diamond perch, I know you hold those out that way. Diamond black crappie, unless they're really big or held that way. That kind of stuff could be pretty nice for a very different take on trophy shots compared to what we're used to. By the way, 1810, I find that around 1830 is where the nocturnal fish start to become active. Shouldn't be long, we should be able to get after some eels. I don't even know what that was. I never saw anything. That looks maybe a little different. That is a slightly better one, 2.5 pounds this time. So a slightly bigger hook, a slightly bigger fish, and I still can't screenshot even though I continue to try with the same buttons. I like those little guys. I do think though, we'll probably go ahead and throw that back. And I think it's about time to go and try to find a spot for eels. Now, according to the handbook, their habitats are lake shores, shallow lakes, or deep lakes. I'm guessing they're going to be pretty all over the place once that kind of nighttime officially starts. But I think at least to begin with, we're probably going to go, I don't know why, but this just feels like a good spot. And it'll take some time to get there, so I think we'll scoot that direction. That is a different species. I can't tell for sure. It might be... There's one new one. The rudd? Boy, that is very similar. They'll hit bloodworm, pearl barley, and bread. We can swim. Maybe it's just going to hit that. Nah, I think it was just kind of luck that it happened to swim through there. We'll swap to one of those. Pretty sure it's swimming up towards the surface there. Hard to actually tell what's going on with the reflection, but I don't know for sure if they'll kind of stop feeding once we officially get to night here. We're past 1830, but if that is in fact a rudd, that'll be one more species from the new list. I am pretty confident. Rudd indeed at 2.71 pounds. Just a little one, but before we jump out on the boat and go after eel, might as well cross another one off that list there. That is a carp straight out from us. Oh, there's an eel though too. They look pretty darn cool in the water. Alright, we'll try to worry about the carp in a minute. We can tell by that dorsal fin that is not a rudd. But I want to see these guys. And I'm surprised the carp are still around. That's going to get the hook set. That's actually solid tension on that. Curious to see how big this guy is. Pretty wacky physics trying to bring it in. Oh my god. 3 pounds. Look at the animations. That's so cool. That is, I think, easily, that is the most alive feeling thing you can catch in the angler right now. Like the way it's moving around. So well done. And again, we can't screenshot, so we're just kind of here. We're going to throw that back. We're going to throw dough on the hook real quick, see if we can catch that carp. And then we're going right back to trying to catch more eel. I don't think an eel will hit dough. We're going to go to a larger hook. I think we might just be like a minute too late. I'm suddenly not seeing any of those around the surface. So for now, we'll go back to eel fishing. So we can maybe catch a bigger one. We'll throw a minnow on there again because that worked. Oh, that might be a bigger one. Hard to tell. You cast in the right area though. They get on it immediately. They are such a cool species. I'd love to know how big a diamond is for that. Again, pretty decent tension. One of the eel's traits is hard fighter, so they are something like pike that just will have high tension even as a smaller size. 3.42, about the same as the last one. What a cool species. I don't know if we got into the best lighting for the last one, just for the sake of maybe thumbnails or anything like that. I like them a lot. If that's not a bigger one, it's gotta just be perspective, but I was just looking through the handbook. We've caught all but 3 of the new species. That's gotta be a little bit bigger based on tension. Now we can bring our drag up and just gotta haul this guy in. I think he's going to be our last catch today. We are gonna be streaming this today as well, but I want to land this guy, and we'll take a quick look at the 3 species that we didn't manage to catch. There's a 5-pounder. Silver? That's insane. I'm imagining, and I'm trying to screenshot again when I can't, I'm imagining that they should go north of 10 pounds anyway, which would look really nice in a trophy shot. Hopefully they get even bigger than that. I don't have much familiarity with them at all, but As for the new species we didn't catch, the 2 carp species and Andalusian barbel. We did have the crucian carp, but common carp and mere carp, one of those 2 was out in front of us when we caught that first eel. Very similar kind of silhouettes, it'd be hard to tell which it was in the water. But we know to come back here in daylight and go after them. And then as far as other species, we have the roach, zander, and brown trout from prior maps that we, and largemouth bass that we can catch eventually. So pretty darn cool. I love the eel. I thought the mullet were a nice surprise, and even the size of the barbel that we caught, they're bigger than I thought they were going to be as well. So really looking forward to some carp fishing. Definitely going to do some more eel fishing. Those guys are just my favorite models and animations so far. And I can't wait for more of this map. So, of course, the release is October 31st, just a couple of days away. I cannot wait. I think this is going to be a really cool map for the community. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.